Okay, as you can see, right now I'm literally showing you some tweets. I'm going to have to talk fast in this video because I'm running behind today, schedule-wise. These 5 videos, these 5 tweets right here are connected. The first one shows how I've been assaulted on an MTS bus 3 times. I'm sorry, how I've been brutally assaulted 4 times, 1 time on an MTS bus. These are 3 separate videos showing 3 separate assaults. Okay, this second video says talks again about the MTS assault video, but then the third tweet has to do with copied and pasted blogs that are online that other gang stalking targets have written concerning being gang stalked in San Diego, including by park rangers. Okay, this next connected tweet to it says, "I'll be going to BCSOB RLITA area today to drop off property if I'm robbed, assaulted, approached, gang stalking." Okay. The next tweet says, "If anything happens and it's not caught on audio, video, do gang stalkers have the capability to hack electronics?" Last one says, "If anything happens towards Leslie Williams at RR Colony 5 and or BCBOS RLITA areas, it will be gang stalking TTTTT." All of these tweets were made on today's date, September 19, 2014. Now, I meant to include on this one in the next 30 days pertaining to these 2 areas, so I'm just going to verbalize it. Okay, if anything happens towards Leslie Williams at RR Colony 5 and or BCBOS RLITA RLITA areas, it will be gang stalking related TTTTT. Now, RR Colony 5 and then this other abbreviated code accurately describes the locations of these hiking areas that I've already dropped property off at and am continuing to do so, camping property. If anything happens concerning me, about me, around me, towards me, or against me today, any place I am at, including travel routes going back and forth from the places I'm going to, but especially at this area right here, BCBOS RLITA. That includes on all transportation routes going to it, the entire time I'm in the location where this area is at, and the entire time I'm at this area. I don't give a shit. I do not give a shit at all how it's brought about, who plays a role in it, how because when they engage in gang stalking street theaters, which are staged events, they will also stage the witnesses, and you would not believe the type of people they'll use. Okay, let me give you a case in point. They'll literally even use a child, a teenager, a veteran, a senior citizen, a woman pretending like she's walking her dog, a family pretending like they're walking in the park to enjoy it, homeless men who are either on drugs or pretending to be, men who are alcoholics pretending to be drunk or are, mentally ill people. They will use anybody and everybody to provoke a target, create an incident towards the target. They will also use anybody to be a witness to it. Okay? And this is done so the police can be called. They'll use park volunteer workers. These filthy animals will go as far as even using Boy Scouts and Girl Scouts. Literally. I've given to the Girl Scouts who were selling cookies in front of Ralph's, donated to them on my way into Ralph's, and then after I came out with my groceries, I was literally gaslighted by them on my way out. Okay? Now, all you got to do is go to Google and type in organized stalking or gang stalking in children. See, because what you got to understand here is that these sick, twisted, criminal fucks, what they do is stage events towards targets and then try to portray the target as being mentally ill. And how might they do this? Well, when they use people for a staged event and or for a witness to the event, they have to dress it up to make it appear that, Leslie, why would a park volunteer worker be gang stalking you? Why would a park ranger be gang stalking you? Why would a family who's just in the park walking their dog or going for a walk, or why would a kid be involved in the gang stalking of you, Leslie? Are you crazy? Really? Well, ladies and gentlemen, all you have to do is literally go to Google right now and type in children and gang stalking, veterans and gang stalking, elderly and gang stalking, parents and gang stalking, park rangers and gang stalking, park volunteer service members and gang stalking. And look at what comes up. Not only at the amount of Google generated numeric responses, the amount, the number amount of Google generated responses that come up pertaining to each of these descriptions, but also understand this as well. You can research the blogs that will come up as a result of you typing in these keyworded descriptions and look at what other targets are saying. I literally just got done, in fact, in one of these blogs, in one of these tweets that I just posted, all these tweets are connected together. They were all made on today's date. So what I'll do is click the top one, and then I'll click the bottom one. So you can see, because everyone in between is obviously connected, because otherwise they wouldn't be able to be in between each other. Okay? That's the last one, and I just showed you the first one. Okay? So basically what I'm telling you is that in gang stalking expeditions, targets are lied to community members, so the perpetrators can use the community members against the target. Targets like me are called drug addicts, prostitutes, violent criminals who are a threat to themselves or others. Just go to YouTube and type in "listen to a stranger" to get a preliminary pictorial representation pertaining to how easy it is to dupe anybody in the community to do anything towards a complete stranger as a result of them listening to a stranger who is pretending to be a position of authority. In this case, on the video, a bounty hunter. I'm in San Diego, California. My name is Leslie Williams. I have undisputable evidence that I have been gang stalked to the area that I'm going to today. Okay, on all prior occasions that I went to the same area to drop off property at. Every single time that I have been at this, going to this area, while I was at the area, and then as I was leaving the area, I was gang stalked on all bus routes getting to it, physically gaslighted by people walking on the trail, coming in and going out of the area where the property was dropped off at, and coming back out of the area, and then gang stalked on the bus that I caught that was right on the sidewalk, right next to the location where the property was dropped off at. Indisputable evidence. Indisputable evidence. Okay, I literally got a tape recorder running right now. The tape recorder has been recording for at least the last hour. I've been making generalized statements in it as I was getting dressed. In this tape recorder, I literally got out a phone, two phones actually, because I got these two track phones, and I've already talked about why I got so many phones. It was for YouTube purposes. Okay, on those two separate phones, one phone shows an event happening towards me, and well, I'll just play it really fast. The battery's running out in this camera right now, so if it shuts off while I'm in the middle of talking, that's why. So I apologize for that, but it didn't show me that the battery was running low until after the video started. Why do you think you hear these two men say gang stalk together, then one says gang stalking, and then that same one says gang of stalking, I'm gonna F you up? Just listen. Okay, now what you just heard was an event that was occurring towards me on a sidewalk right across the street, 75 feet up on the sidewalk, by two men. One of the men was directly connected to the idiots that they had set up to hike out 150 feet away from me that harassed me on a daily and nightly basis, non-stop, every day, from November 2012 up until April 2014. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn on this other phone. Hopefully the battery won't run out before I can get what's on this other phone transferred to this video file. I'm booting up this phone right now. This event occurred that you just heard occurred on Thanksgiving Day 2013 in La Jolla, right across the street from this hiking area, right up the street on the sidewalk. 75 feet up. Like if I leave here right now and go directly across the street, there's a sidewalk. Okay? If I walk 75 feet up that sidewalk, it's exactly where the event transpired at. Now, this event that you just heard occurred on Thanksgiving Day, 2013. What you're about ready to hear right now is me being on a bus in Yucca Valley, California, which is 169 miles from this location. Okay, where I live at. I went out to Yucca Valley for a week. The address of the person I was going to try to connect with in Yucca Valley, David Larson, who's a gang stalking target in Yucca Valley. He's part of the head of the water department up there. I went out there to try and connect with him, and the same exact identical verbal harassment was said around me everywhere I went, every single day for the entire time I was out in Yucca Valley. This is me being on a bus route in Yucca Valley, California, bus route Landers. Do you hear separate men say, "Oh my God," while other ones are saying gang stalk? Why other ones are saying gang stalk right before and after, and then a woman just flat out says gang stalking. After I play it, I will then briefly describe why they're doing it so you can understand.
Well, look at that car right there. So cute. To the left, it just hurt. Those little French cars.
My your first child?
Yeah. Okay.
Hopefully my
got my quick
only child.
I'll check the whole thing.
She never cried.
I'm going to go hang it on in my
She's already talking.
I'm going to take my American flag out. Little kind of
Okay, now it said this is the actual audio of a video file of me being on the bus, and the file information pertaining to this phone related to the video shows the date. So these two events that you just heard, Thanksgiving in La Jolla and this event in Yucca Valley, 160 miles apart from each other, 11 months apart. What you just heard pertaining to the repeating words and phrases along all my routes, this is what they repeat along my routes every day. That's how they intentionally let me know I'm being gang stalked. It's their way to remind me about it non-stop by repeating gang stalk. Oh my God, gang stalk. Oh my God, gang stalk. Weird, gang stalk. Oh my God. In that way. I got 900 audio files to prove it. So, if it's said identically in the same exact way for an entire week when I was out in Yucca Valley, that it's concerning how it's been caught happening here towards me in San Diego County for the last 2 years, it automatically proves I was getting stalked from San Diego to Yucca Valley. Stalking on more than one occasion is a felony. Conspiracy to harass is a felony. Conspiracy to harass with criminal intent is a felony. And if a San Diego police officer denies your right to make a police report concerning it, there's got to be a reason. It's at least gross negligence of duty. And if it's intentional, it's conspiracy under the color of authority. Now, my name is Leslie Williams. I'm going to an area today to drop off property. If anybody assaults me, tries to rob me, if anybody approaches me and pretends like that they're there for normal appearing reasons and says, "What are you doing here?" And if you're camping here or hiking here or preparing to do so, we're going to catch you, arrest you, and or give you a ticket. My name is Leslie Williams, and what I do is fucking predict what these little bitch-ass, wild-ass animals are going to do towards me in a separate location at a location I'm going to before I even leave to go to it. This is my strategy to prove I'm being stalked from this place to that place. In closing, what you just heard concerning the Yucca Valley event, oh my God, and gang stalk being said around me repetitively, is the same exact identical verbal harassment that was caught every single time I went to the area I'm going to today on prior occasions when I went there to drop off other property. It was caught on all 41 bus routes going to those areas, every single time I took property to it, and then it was caught being said on the 41 bus route I took once I left the area and went back to the bus stop to go about my day for each one of those specific days. It's their way to let me know I'm being gang stalked by constantly repeating these words and phrases along all my routes every single day. So they know where this area is at. That's how they're able to prop up the crafted harassment and staged events towards me, even using my own cell phone as a GPS tracker. I'm in San Diego, California. If I have any problems with any park rangers, anybody, because when they stage an event, they got to make it look like it's anything but gang stalking, and they'll fucking use anybody. These little rats will even use children, teenagers, adults, elderly people, mothers walking their babies, families walking their children in the park. Oh, we heard or saw her. We better call the cops. Alright, I gotta go. This video is almost 15 minutes long. Thanks for listening, and this is a prediction video. September 19, 2014.